What's going on, guys? Shawnee Salami. Today we're going to be playing with Stakehammer and Nier from the Unyielding Discord I started, which will be in the pinned comment. We already have like 200 members in under a week. The support's been awesome. I love you guys. I will tell you this every video how much I love you. Like I said the last few, I'm trying to cut down on the gushing, so I'm only going to do it 30 seconds this time instead of like 2 minutes like I used to. But yeah, so we're going to use the longsword. Great, I didn't even hear that guy. We're going to use the longsword on darkforest. Monster stat line. The game fills up pretty quickly, don't worry. And this was an interesting one because I felt like I didn't stick to the objective as much. I was a little distracted. It wasn't really my best effort in that sense. Yeah, I mean, like, I had a lot on my mind, quite honestly, like, with work starting and stuff. Not to be too dramatic. So sometimes I found myself not pushing the cart, but at the end of the game, this guy's hitting me over and over again. Like, my teammate, like, relax. But by the end of the game, I was going hard. This one really was long, though, so bear with me. We're gonna fast forward through the the walk back after the deaths. I'm not hiding anything. You know that. And yeah, so that Discord will be pinned down below, and I love you guys. Let's get into it. Oh, and one more fun fact. I was cracking up because we were talking after the end of the game how we all did really well. You'll see if I win or lose. I'm not going to spoil that, or we win or lose. But I didn't know I was recording this, so I'm very relieved because we all did well. But I think I left the recording on when I was messing around with the sound settings with the external hard drive because it kept sounding fuzzy when I was trying to record a different game. And I guess when I fixed it, I left this on. So it was pretty funny. The sound issues were fixed and it kind of worked out well. So I didn't even give them the heads up, but they said it was, the people I was with said it was okay with them, and they played really well. So I'm sure they're probably actually happy this is going on. I really did feel like I got behind their team a lot, especially in later stages of this map. So that's why that's why the longsword is pretty good, because like you can walk past someone or make it seem like you're gonna attack someone else, and then just turn right back and stab them while they're turned away. It's pretty ratty play style. It feels like sometimes, but it really does get the job done. And it's very good one-on-one when you run into someone, so it's not like that's the only thing it does. Just, I love this weapon. I probably would have put up a different one, but I've been grinding out, trying to get higher up on the shift stats ranking, which is, guys should check that out to see where you rank on things. And like I said, I didn't know this was recording, so that was kind of by chance. I'll get more weapon variety, and I'm thinking of picking up the Messer or the Greatsword soon. It's been a minute since we did those, I feel like. I'm cringing as I look back at this. Like I said, I'm trying to make excuses a little bit because I was pretty distracted. My head wasn't in the game, but just looking at this, I'm not anywhere near the cart. I know they're pushing it, and it's still early in the game, and this objective is almost always a given, but I try not to do this stuff. It was unfortunate to look back at this. Now, this is important. Nier is deathless right now. And this is one of those maps that is very easy to go deathless on because of all the bandages in the Mason cart. So we're going to do our best to protect him. Make sure he survives this encounter here. And there's a lot of people coming. And we really do the best we can to survive. It was pretty intense because, like, you got to lay out for the boys when they're trying to go off like that.
It is my will.
Now here's where we run into an issue while we're trying to protect our guy. A spawn wave comes, and if I were near there, he's a better man than me because I would have ran back to those bandages and got like a thing to heal up. But he wants to die a warrior's death with the guys, and that is unfortunate because sometimes that we understand if you're a little selfish. But shout out Nier for being the ultimate teammate. This was not an intentional laugh. This happens all the time to us console people. I tried to do thank you for that guy that came in to help me, and it's right next to laugh. Torn Banner, please come up with a better system here. Now we make yet another mistake. There's 7 minutes left. I get that, but why? I guess I'm backing him up. I don't remember my thought process. Stake Hammer. I forget what the reason was I came this way, but quite honestly, I think I just wasn't paying attention to what I should be doing. I wish I could use that excuse that I'm trying to help him, but my head was in the game. You guys know I'm an objective player, so just I'm praying you're giving me a pass. Now we start to take control of this fight with the greatsword guy, but you'll never guess what happens next. Now this time, however, I will give myself a pass because it was unfinished business, hoping that Archer was still over here. And sure enough, he is, and if he's not, it was a different Archer. And revenge is it's a beautiful thing. So that guy gets a kill on us, and we come all the way back and get him. So I'll take that every time for a few seconds off the objective. And it actually led to a few kills in a fun little team fight. But now I really am cringing every time I'm not on the cart. So hopefully we get back on this because, like I said, I was out of it. I don't remember.
We need to protect and push the caravan!
Here we risk certain death, unlike the archers that are just leaving our guy on the ground here. I don't know what their issue is, why they need to get that last arrow off, but I'm avoiding archers to try and get him up because I'm a good teammate.
Go on, I've got you. This is a good day to die!
Gotta get the cool longsword skin on the ground. Now my head's in the game a little better. We redeem ourselves and do our job, as Bill Belichick would say. Now, after I turn around, this is kind of where map knowledge helps in a game like this, is I'm going to use the spikes because I know from playing the game that if they jump down, I can knock them into that, and it's like an instant kill. So it kind of helps me because I'm able to wait until a few more people come. And we actually do get a kill. I didn't remember that. We did knock one in. Not his fault. Just saying, not his fault. Bad timing. This was a big mistake. I should not have gone up here because they were waiting for me. Not just the archers, but that guy with the hammer. I never stood a chance. But shame on them for protecting the archers. What are you guys doing? A lot of deaths here, and the objective is, like, usually this one's done in 2 seconds. But I always consider myself more valuable as like a fighter to be protecting the guys with torches. And I'm starting to realize, looking back, that's why it took so long. I don't think there was that many people actually picking them up. because I was trying to hold that front part. So then I do run into this guy and I say, got your back, because I am going to help him. But I got attacked. Like, this was a little bit of a mess, but now we have a few people. So I do think it's a good idea to hold that front spot. I don't know if, like, you would consider that a distraction. But then if you're like a menace up there, they're kind of coming on the sides. Again, whenever I talk about this stuff, guys, I'm not a competitive player. This is just something I think from public lobbies. So at long last, we get that done. It felt like it was never going to end, and we were going to not get it, but we do. But it's really not a good sign, because I'm kind of losing faith in this team a little bit. I felt like I was doing my job, starting that objective. I know I wasn't in the beginning. Maybe I didn't pick up a torch, but I thought I was protecting people pretty well. But now we're going to see how this turns out. Unless this is a new player, like, what are you doing not hitting the gate, man? I'm sorry, but this just gets on my nerves. I wish there were more, like, open battlefield type, like stages like this. Like, I love the one on Rudhelm in the very beginning, for example. I always think these are pretty cool. Really fun, one of those leading the charge moments, and then we come face to face with the spawn wave. We do our taunt emote to get a cool clip if we somehow manage to survive. This duck really kept me alive that's coming up, and helped me continue the fight. If I didn't do that, I was in a pretty tough position. If you can master that, it's a big help.
Your meat is on me. I've got you.
Now, after this first life where I killed the footman, and then I believe we're going to go to that like archer perch part up those stairs. This is important, guys, because this objective will get away from you. So I think when I die one or two more times, you will underestimate how quick that timer runs out. Because, excuse me, the rest of the map is you kind of roll them sometimes on attack, but then they could really stop you here on defense pretty easily if you're not paying attention to that timer. So definitely something to keep in mind. Now we know we're gonna die. We may as well take one archer down with us, though. And now I'm gonna start dying a lot to get this done at all costs, because like I said, I don't think my team is even really trying to get up there. So I get stopped on the way, but at this point we're gonna die quite a bit trying to do all we can to get up there and kill the Duke. You would think if I got all the way around here and stopped his movement by hitting him that somebody would have my back here, but there is no one, and sure enough, they get a spawn wave to make it even worse. This is like, I go on this rant a lot, but this is what drives me crazy. I'm doing the objective. I think Nier and State Camera were doing pretty good. I noticed Nier was on it a lot, specifically. But one player can't win it all on these like last harder stages, and it seemed winnable. We were doing really well, so until like the last two. But I felt like they're just a lot of people just playing for their stats. Like, just go push up instead of stopping there. The guy that was behind me, and then it's just a mess. This is a complete and total mess. This team at this point, they are falling apart. And at the end of the day, yes, it's just a video game, but what goes deeper than that to me is I think it kind of is a reflection of, not necessarily. Some people are just unwinding and say they're not even sure what's going on in this game because they're new, what have you. But it drives me a little crazy when people don't play for the win, because that's what you're supposed to do and other people are, and you're not being considerate if you're just kind of playing for your kills and not helping anyone. So that's the kind of people I like to play with that do the objective, because I do think that it just is a sign you're a little bit more considerate of a person, and it's kind of a good gauge of what someone is, like what they're about. Not all the time, most of the time, or not even most of the time. Maybe it's just I'm wrong. But anyway, as you can see, the team fell apart. We didn't even get close. They get the win. I was really disappointed in this. I didn't even want to put it up despite the monster stat line. But because Stayhammer and Nier did so good, and I told them this happened to be recording by accident, they seemed pretty excited. I did have a very good game individually. And it was ironic because when I did push the objective was when we lost. So maybe I'm not as good as I think. And when I wasn't pushing it, we did fine. But yeah, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this one. We're in a big losing streak on the recorded videos. Quite a bit of them. So hopefully that turns around soon. I will see you guys tomorrow.